Welcome to a stadium that is simply synonymous when it comes to the FA Cup. A venue sparkling with tradition and history. Today's hosts, those who hope and plan to be a part for the future. For Aston Villa, it'll be a case of holding their nerve today. Knocked out by Blackburn at this stage last year. A loss would be one of cataclysmic proportion. For the Minnows, who have risen to perhaps their greatest heights in recent weeks, Broxbourne Borough of the Eastern Junior League and last year's champions of the Hearts County Cup today have the most eye-watering of days ahead. It's the fifth round of the FA Youth Cup. It's Aston Villa against Broxbourne Borough. So the two teams set. They get themselves ready to go. In terms of the teams for Villa, it's a case of the tried and tested. Only Clark, Nibbs and Finity remain in the lineup after the 3-0 defeat to Norwich. A changing of the goalkeeping guard sees Victor Johansson return. The more senior figure of Mitch Clark will operate alongside James Finity, both with 15 appearances in Premier League 2 this year. And Kelsey Mooney returns to the fray, looking to add to his 9 goals this campaign. For Broxbourne Borough, there are starts for the likes of Jay Batchelor and James Kelly, Dylan Bollister as well as the goalkeeper Brandon Walsh, who is very highly rated. All, I'm sure, will be looking to make their mark today. And Aston Villa have claimed 2 wins in their last 5, but it's no victory in 3 for them. As we said a little earlier on, a loss today to Broxbourne Borough, who operate in the 9th tier, would be something worth savouring for the away side. And they are the lowest ranked team remaining in the competition, are Broxbourne Borough. Today they have a chance to put their names in the headlines. So the two teams set, and we are ready to go. It is simply one of the Colosseums of English football in one of the most iconic competitions. For Broxbourne Borough, there is no room for starry and wandering eyes. An upset is on their minds. For Villa, it should be fairly straightforward. However, this is the FA Cup. Here's Clark on the far side. Operating well by Bourough, who's able to steer away the imminent danger for Broxbourne Borough. Walker down the line. Broxbourne Borough will easily repel for the time being. Quite the stage, quite the occasion for a lot of these young players who will hardly have dipped their toes in these kinds of waters before. The pressure being piled on by the 9th tier side. It's a really testing and pestering run in the end from Ali Bangura. It was nearly thrust away there by Lewis Hall, but he was pestered once again. Can Aston Villa conjure up from this in the early stages? It's a marauding ball forward, and the ball comes across looking for Kelsey Mooney, but the ball did eventually go out of play. First real test for the Broxbourne Borough backline to deal with. Mission accomplished in the early stages. So Brandon Walsh forward for Broxbourne Borough. Here's Clark. Walker back into the safety shell of Johansson. Hall. James Kelly will take this throw now for Broxbourne Borough. Down the line he goes. Can see perhaps give the Aston Villa backline a thing or two to think about. Bangura twinkle-toed in the middle. Toyin, so towing the line. Here's Hall. 17 appearances in the Premier Development League this season for Lewis Hall, the Aston Villa left-back. Balanced on by Cox in midfield. Clark. To the edge of the penalty area, scrambled away by Broxbourne Borough. Cross out. And the ball hoisted forward. There was a little clip of the heels there from Harvey Nibbs. Nothing too much for Brendan Wells to worry about. Infinity allowed it to bounce, and Clark has to come across to make sure. Well, here come Villa again. Clever ball inside from Doyle Hayes. Here's Jake Doyle Hayes. Many an appearance in Premier League 2 this season as well. What can Aston Villa do in the early stages? Here's Lewis Hall. Doyle Hayes. Prosser found a gap, unable to find a teammate though. Yagu will take the throw on the far side.
Okay.
Warrington Carter having a thing or two to think about there. Well, here comes Kelly. It's now the turn of Broxbourne Borough. It's a heavy touch in the end from Toyin. Full of pace, full of energy though, aren't they? Really eager to prove a point here. Hoisted high. Away by Warrington Carter again. Cox. He's thwarted in midfield. Done with by Doyle Hayes, but here come Broxbourne Borough once again. Toyin seeking service. He'll need help in Yagu on the far side. Steered away just about by Aston Villa. And here they come again. Casey is very well dealt with. The danger averted for the time being. Broxbourne Borough operating with a 5-man backline here today, which may suggest very much what they were expecting. Coxon able to squeeze it through. And here's Bangura. But a chance for Broxbourne Borough. Slipping it through. And it forced Hector Johansson to rush out of his line to the edge of the penalty area. Here's Doyle Hayes. Nothing for Clark is Walker. Well, Hayes. Lovely ball slipped through here for Lewis Hall. Scrambled away by Bourough to the edge of the penalty area. It's just unable to wriggle through. Here's Walker. It's a really pulsating run here from Mitch Clark. It can go all the way. And find support in Jack Clark. Decent looking ball in. Nibs just been able to pick out a claret and blue body. Once again, Finity will take centre stage at the back. Easily repelled for the time being. No need for panic. Bourough to find some space to manoeuvre in. It's a lovely return ball. It really required the Aston Villa back line, in particular Mitch Clark, to be at his very best there. Really good ball. Really alert goalkeeping from Brandon Walsh. Villa remaining patient, looking to find the way through. They've had plenty of possession in the opening stages here. Can they make it count? No free kick given. Here's Hall. Well, the idea was right, the delivery perhaps not. So Brandon Walsh will get us underway once again. Just gone relatively untested in the opening 11 minutes. Both sides more than eager. A real lust between the two young teams here to advance to the next round. It's a time if Manchester City awaits. Another throw. Kelly will look for options ahead. Bourough is one. Hayes on defensive duties for Villa. Looking to just try and squeeze through though. Villa back in possession very quickly. And here's Clark down the right. And it's Walker just behind Mooney. Not cleared away. Bourough Hayes. Hanging high, and anywhere will do for the time being. Yagu got the message. Corner ball for Villa. And eventually, Bourough Hayes will trot across to take the corner. He sense first opening here, perhaps, for Aston Villa. Plenty of claret and blue to aim for. Really well dealt with by Bourough at the near post. In particular, Joe Patrick. Bourough looks to be a real handful. Plenty of ideas, plenty of pace, as does Bourough on the far side. So Yagu with a throw. Ball thread through for Mooney. 9 goals in 16 under-18 appearances this season. Walker's ball in. And they caught Nibs, perhaps on the shoulder more than anything. Easy pickings really for Brandon Walsh in goal. Well, the header had to be met by Mitch Clark. Villa beaten Bristol City and Blackburn Rovers to get to this stage. Youth Cup winners back in 2002. The likes of Stephen Davies and Luke Moore and Stephen Moore coming through the academy at that particular stage. They beat Wayne Rooney's Everton in that famous 2002 Youth Cup final. A repeat of that this season would be most welcome. Hansen to the left-hand side here for Hall. Clark. Walker. Villa forced to retreat for a moment or two. Involved in midfield, this is Doyle Hayes. The run from Hall was what the midfield needed. Playing dispossessed. Villa switch gears again. Bourough on defensive duties. And here he is again. Real spring in his step. Dispossessed and thwarted this time though by the persistence of Lewis Hall. Doyle Hayes. And here's Navi Nibs. Just poked away for the time being. Aston Villa piling on the pressure. A real chance to interrogate the Bourough back line. And deal with the pressure very well here. Bourough. Hall. Clark over to the far side. Is there an opening for Villa? It's Walker. And it took a nick on the way through, a big one at that. And Walsh breathing a huge sigh of relief, but Jack Walker advancing forward, adventurous to say the least. Here's Hall. Clark. Skipping through several, here's Mooney and Clark! Well, it was a timely intervention in the end from Moore. Really well done. Challenge that had to be made, but really silky stuff in midfield from Aston Villa. Doyle Hayes, short for Cox. Doyle Hayes, it was a menacing ball in. Again repelled for the time being by Bourough. wait for the delivery from Clark. It's thumped away to safety for the time being. Touch over now for Hall. Clark may very well seek support. Scrambled away by Kelly. Bourough repel once again. Here's Cox. Walker. Doyle Hayes. A really good run. Doyle Hayes just unable to get the power behind the cross. Here's Hall. Disappointing delivery in the end. So Clark unable to get onto the end of it. So here is Kelly once again. Club captain for Foxbourne Borough. Down the line he goes. Again hoisted forward into the danger zone. Nibs unable to squeeze through. Here's Hall. Also Walker. Doyle Hayes. Villa, of course, coming off the back of that 3-0 defeat away at Norwich. 2-0 home defeat here to Fulham as well. Wasn't exactly what David Hughes has been looking for over the last couple of weeks. 0-0 draw away at Chelsea, though, in recent weeks. Villa 7th in the Premier Development League. Looking for a little more, perhaps, David Hughes. There's Clark. What can Clark offer from here? All in support. Doyle Hayes back into the safety shell of Mitch Clark. Here's Finnerty. Forward, just unable to pick out Jordan Cox, who's been allowed to loiter. Finnerty able to just prod away. Overton certainly playing the role of senior pest here today. Doyle Hayes. Really stern challenge, but Villa remain in possession again. Here's Clark. Doyle Hayes with a delicious ball in. He clips the post, but the offside flag has been raised. First real opening for Aston Villa. It's that man, Kelsey Mooney. A goal in 4. He came mightily close there. Cox. line with Harvey Nibbs, but Villa are back in possession quickly. Here's Clark again, pushing forward for Aston Villa. And it's Mooney in behind. The said a little too much on it from Mitch Clark. The first time he's manoeuvred forward in that particular manner. Brendan Walsh yet to really be tested in the opening 23 minutes here. Here's Johansson, Sweden under-19 international. 2 clean sheets and 12 Premier League development appearances so far this season. Managed a handful of Premier League 2 appearances as well for Kevin McDonald's men. Walker. Hayes. Clark with a myriad of bodies manoeuvring forward ahead of him. Doyle Hayes is one of them, and it was the right idea from Doyle Hayes, but delivery perhaps not what he was looking for. And it's been relatively blunt from an attacking point of view for both sides. Just short of 25 minutes here. Chelsea Mooney clipped the post 2 or 3 minutes ago, but the offside flag ruled out any sort of possibility. Doyle Hayes had a really testing ball through, but it's really good alert keeping from Walsh. Here's Kelly. Missed it again, but down the right-hand side goes Bangura. Just unable to connect with the overlapping Kelly, and Villa now with a chance to manoeuvre forward with 1 or 2 gaps gaping. Here's Mooney. Skipping away from one. Let's see though. Kelsey Mooney again. Hayes. Throwing to Villa. Underway quickly. Here's Cox. Delicate ball forward. It falls into the path of Nibbs. And Clark just craving half a yard. Hall's ball in. Easily dealt with by Kelly at the near stick. And a free kick to Bourough. Very unhappy with the persistence of Lewis Hall and co. Bourough beating the likes of Boreham Wood and Chester and Yeovil to get to this stage. This is the furthest they've ever been in this competition. As we said earlier, they apply their trade in the Eastern Junior League. They won the Hearts County Cup last year as well. So winning cups not completely alien to them. But hoisting this trophy would be something quite spectacular. So Kelly will take the throw. Just over the head of Kelly. And again, the combination of Bangura and Oluwatoyin causing a problem for Aston Villa. Here's Johansson. All inside, and Villa again lose possession. The back heel there from Bangura. Here's Hall. patient. They continue to manoeuvre forward. Early ball played in. Well dealt with, well read by Brandon Walsh. Punt forward from Walsh. Steered away by the head of Clark. And again, pestering Hall, who has to scramble the ball away. Posted into the danger zone. Awkward bounce for Clark Infinity. Who felt as though the ankle was clipped. The referee agrees. Walker perhaps a little too attacking minded there. Easy pickings really for Victor Johansson. David Hughes did say during the week he was delighted that his side had reached this point in the competition, with how they had been playing in it as well. And here they are, pushing forward again. It was aimed for Cox, it'll be headed away by Kelly, into Clark, and now Mooney. Well, it's just about scrambled behind. And Aston Villa did well to carve a pathway through. Bourough standing firm at the back. Doyle Hayes with the corner. In swinging. Hall tried to latch onto it as well. Here's Cox. And Doyle Hayes again. Yeah, decent ball in. It's tried to get it across the face of goal. The end result not what Aston Villa were looking for, though. Brandon Walsh has had little to do so far, but has rose to the occasion when called upon. Talking of rising to the occasion, that's exactly what Bourough seem to be doing at the moment. Not one starry-eyed individual. All seem composed. The occasion not getting to them. Clark. Cox trying to pick out Nibbs. Oh, was he taken down there? The referee says no. It's still Nibbs. And in! Really well taken by Harvey Nibbs. His 5th goal of the season. And there's a real sense of inevitability about it. Aston Villa lead. All of Borough's hard work has come undone. Harvey Nibbs, with his 5th goal in all competitions this season, has finally unlocked the Borough backline. taken Aston Villa nearly 32 minutes to break through. I think it is somewhat of a credit to Bourough, but they were able to deal with the threat that Nibs offered a minute or two ago. Perhaps one or two guilty of switching off. Here's Warrington Carter and Yagu. Jordan pleading for the ball to be played into him in the centre. It's a really good knock on, and it's Bangura who's in on goal, but the offside flag has been raised. And a real heart-in-mouth moment for all. Well, that certainly wasn't in the Aston Villa script. Bourough clearly far from done. Compton able to squeeze it through for Mooney. In on goal there. Jordan to the left now for Anyagu. Nibs. And overlapping on the far side is Doyle Hayes. Isn't looking cross in. A more spectacular header away from George Warrington Carter. Walker. Fist forward, and Hall will latch onto it. Hansen under pressure again. Skipped up awkwardly for Hall there. Again, the persistence of the front two for Bourough. Really testing out this Aston Villa back line. Kelly thwarted for the time being. Clark. Space to manoeuvre into now for Aston Villa. Doyle Hayes. Mooney has been flagged offside. Again, Villa failing to capitalise on that particular situation. Kelly inside. A real gut-wrenching moment that for Bourough. And here we are looking to interrogate the Villa defence again. Montoya just got it wrong at the vital moment. Well, the chance was there. Showed lightweight opposition. Bourough. So Victor Johansson to get us underway once again. Chesting down. Bourough quickly in possession again. Kelly unable to skip away from Clark. Here's Hall evading the challenge. Bourough. And Bangura looking to get in behind here. Twisting and turning. It's still Bangura. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, the intervention was made by Alex Prosser. Timely one at that as well. Here's Clark. A really good ball forward here for Harvey Nibbs, and Nibbs drives it towards goal. Easy pickings really for Brandon Walsh in the end. Did ever so well to cut the angle off. Harvey Nibbs continuing to toe the line. Kelly. Hall doing ever so well to dispossess, and Villa can now quickly shift gears. Hayes and Clark, a bit of presence from an Aston Villa attacking point of view here today. Overlapping is Cox. Covering is Farouk. A little awkward moment, which may lead to something here for Villa. Mooney. Doyle Hayes. Pushed it into the air and just about keeping possession. Walker. Cox. He drives one towards goal. In the end, it's fairly routine for Brandon Walsh. Farouk moving forward and combining well with several. And there's a real chance for Bangura. And it's really good, smart keeping from Johansson. Rushing to the edge of the penalty area, doing his due diligence. And there's a chance in them, yes, isn't there? Foxbourne Borough seem to have opened up a little more since conceding. Here's Hall. Mooney. Wriggling away from one. Seeking support. It's Hall across the face of goal and in by Nibbs again. Glowing and growing. Harvey Nibbs with his and Aston Villa's second. Foxbourne Borough undone by a real moment of quality. Mooney did ever so well to read the situation. Got it through the tightest of gaps. Lewis Hall, a really delicious ball across the face, and Harvey Nibbs was there to capitalise. Aston Villa 2, Foxbourne Borough 0. I'm sure there will be a little more relaxed feeling from an Aston Villa point of view in the changing room at half-time. Although no doubt they'll want more. Foxbourne Borough, perhaps with a little rethinking to do, perhaps even a little reshuffle as well. And we are just waiting for the kick-off to resume here, because one of the players off of your screen, Issa Farouk, just had to receive some treatment. Did throw himself towards Harvey Nibbs to try and prevent the shot from coming in. Well, either way, despite the occasion, despite the scoreline, Foxbourne Borough giving a really good account of themselves here. Aston Villa searching for number 3. Here's Hall again. Ball across. Mooney unable to latch onto it. Here's Cox. was a clear shirt tug, and it will be a penalty. And it was about as blatant as ever, really, wasn't it? Just before half-time, there will be an opportunity for Aston Villa to make it 3. It will be Doyle Hayes who scores. 3 for Villa, and an air of comfort around Villa Park. Doyle Hayes with his 3rd goal of the season in all competitions. And now breathing space for the home side. Bourough got up their sleeve then, I wonder. You would imagine the thoughts would be to ride out the remaining few seconds here in the first half and perhaps reassess things at half-time. Ball unable to get the precision on the pass there. Nearing 1 minute of added time here. Here's Nibs. In, running into danger. Really just been able to latch onto it, really. Good defending there. Moore. Here's Bangura. Just been able to pick out a fellow Foxbourne Borough jersey. Thrusted forward by Foxbourne Borough. Well, there we have the half-time whistle. And after really testing 20 minutes for Aston Villa, where Foxbourne Borough gave a very good account of themselves. Eventually, things did turn fairly straightforward for Aston Villa. 2 goals from Harvey Nibs. After he did ever so well individually inside the penalty area, the next after service from Lewis Hall from the left-hand side. And the 3rd on the stroke of half-time, a penalty which Jake Doyle Hayes swiftly converted. Half-time, Aston Villa 3, Foxbourne Borough 0.
Hard work has a massive place in all walks of life, not just football. It's been in place here since I was an apprentice, probably before that, and I certainly won't be changing that ethos and with the under-18s. I think that's attitude and application underpin absolutely everything that we should be doing. You know, if we've got really good ability with a great attitude, great application, we'll give ourselves a chance. That is a fundamental requirement of professional football. Hard work is crucial. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, at every level of the game, in particular the top level. In terms of myself, really, it's a fantastic place to be, working with good people, and trying to work alongside the values of the academy to ensure that we're developing players for tomorrow, and that's essentially what my role is a significant part of. Aston Villa historically has always provided an opportunity for young players to play at the first team with an open door if you're good enough. So it's a huge plus for the young players here at the moment to see that the lads getting that game time at the top level, and they have to be all striving to make the same steps along the journey as well.
What it has done is, for me, just given youngsters an extra couple of years, if you're not sure about them or whether they're late developers or whatever, just to give them a longer time in the system. And I've found the league very challenging, some good quality in it, and I think, like I say, just gives the lads an extra couple of years if we think that's right. It's a good insight into, hopefully me giving them a good insight into how and what's needed in order to become and train and play with first team players. So I've enjoyed it. I think the players hopefully have enjoyed it, and like I say, it's one step closer for the boys to be what they want to be.
I think historically, in the players' eyes throughout the country, they look at the FA Youth Cup as the pinnacle. My perception is that I'm looking at the players and seeing how they handle the pressure that they're putting themselves under. There's no pressure from us as staff on the players to do anything different to what we would do on any other Saturday morning. We have to prepare exactly the same way as we have done previously, with a really difficult opponent to come on Saturday. And there will be a very, very tough test. I've been to see them play a couple of times, so we have to be right. We have an awareness of how they play to try and ensure that we're set up properly, and we'll pay them all the respect they deserve, because getting to the 5th round of the FA Cup, FA Youth Cup, having come round through the qualifying rounds all the way through, is a fantastic achievement. It's a winner takes all, isn't it? There's no next Saturday. It's the winner goes through. We have to make sure we do everything we possibly can in our preparation to the lead up, and then during the game, that our performance levels are at the highest they possibly can be, to ensure that we give every conceivable opportunity of being in the quarter-final.
I'm Tom, I'm 20 years old, I play right back and I'm from Basingstoke.
My name's Corey, I play as a winger, left or right. I'm 18 and I'm from Birmingham.
I'd say Corey's a quick winger, strong winger. He likes to get crosses in and dribble out of play a bit as well, but no, he's a good player.
I think Tom's like an attacking fullback, like he likes to overlap and get crosses in as well. And he's an okay 1v1 defender as well.
Probably David Beckham. When I was younger, I used to play further forward on the wing, and so obviously him being English and such a legend that he is, I always looked up to him.
Me, probably like Cristiano Ronaldo. Like I like the way he plays, and like he's a winger that likes to just attack, and I look up to him just the way he's lived his life and the career he's had, really.
I'd say, to be fair, in the change room there's not really set character roles that we've got. We all sort of chirp in with banter, and everyone contributes to the music and what we bring to the away games and in and around the change rooms on match days.
That feeling when you're just on the pitch, like it's different to anything else, and like to know that you can get a career from it is just what keeps me going, really. And all my friends and family around me keep pushing me on all the time. And just the joy you get from just being on the pitch doing what you love doing every day. That's the main thing.
Early mornings is bad. Not much time off over Christmas, which is bad.
Yeah, like we probably don't get as much time off as everyone else would. Like literally, it feels like it's always going on. Like probably in the summer, we get a shorter summer and stuff to see our friends and family. But like at the end of the day, it's all going to pay off, so we don't really mind too much.
I have no idea what I'd be doing. I'd still be back home. I don't know, would have maybe gone through college or whatever and tried to get a job with my dad or something.
For me, I think I would still be doing something within sport because that's where kind of like my passion is, like with anything with sport. So athletics, I was pretty alright at athletics, and I like business and stuff. I was pretty good at business in school and that, so something along them lines there.
Khalid Abdo from Sweden, 19 years old, play as a midfielder.
So I'm Callum O'Hare, I'm 18 years old, from Solihull, and I play number 10, behind the striker.
Oh well.
Khalid, the Megs king. Megs is everyone.
Oh no, you take this serious. I take this serious. No. Start over.
I'd say he's like Ronaldinho, but in the midfield role.
Callum O'Hare, I'm going to take this serious, okay? Very good with the ball, technical, keep the ball close to him, give and go player. Can track back sometimes, but it's not the best.
my role model was Ronaldinho, and then when Messi came on the scene, I think Messi's the best in the world by a mile. What are you laughing at?
Mine is Ibrahimovic, because he's been a great player all through, like, consistent career. And also I like him because, no, it's not because he's Swedish, it's because
Swedish.
He has charisma, it's a character. Yeah, he lives at home still.
No, I lived away for 2 years.
And then moved back home, he couldn't handle it. But me, I'm trying to be mentally strong, like, you know.
Where do you live? Where's your home?
Sweden.
Where's my home?
Just around the corner.
Exactly, why would I not live at home?
I don't know. I came over just when I turned 16, literally when I turned 16 I moved over. It was quite hard to start with. The first year, had to get into it, and then still, you know, you haven't been here 100%. You miss your family, and but you just have to go over it. Like, this is what I want to do, and you have to get over it. Party, lad. Party. A model, maybe.
No, you're a party lad.
No,
He'd be on Geordie Shore.
Oh, listen, my mom's gonna watch this.
Alright, seriously.
I'm not joking. Tell him, take this serious. I'm not gonna say take this serious. Okay, me, a lawyer. You say me, a lawyer. Ask again.
I think he'd be a lawyer because he just told me that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, probably. I would probably be a solicitor or something.
Nah, I reckon he would. Loud, stuff like that. Opinionated. He's very opinionated. Yeah. So you'd be a good lawyer. Yeah.
And you, I think you would have been a model.
Liar. You're a liar.
Doyle Hayes. So it is the FA Youth Cup. Aston Villa lead by 3 goals to 0. As we said earlier on, it was a relatively impressive display from Broxbourne Borough until the 32-minute mark, where Harvey Nibbs managed to put Aston Villa up by a goal to 0. He soon made it 2-0. Broxbourne Borough perhaps the architects of their own downfall when it came to the third. The penalty given, Jake Doyle Hayes made no mistake. And it seems as though there is going to be a substitution for Broxbourne Borough. And, Jack Hockney will be coming on. It does seem as though Broxbourne Borough have reverted back to a back 4. They had a back 5 in the opening 45 minutes. And Jack Hockney is right up there, as if he will play in a much more advanced role. So the two sides set, and the second half is underway. Well, straight away a free kick given to Broxbourne Borough. There are precarious circumstances there. I must admit, that's a first for me, seeing that. Either way, we go on. Warrington Carter away. For those wondering, the player departing for Broxbourne Borough was Issa Farouk, who has had a little niggle at the end of the first half. On the line go Villa. Nibbs on a hat-trick, remember. Walsh clearing away first time. Hockney beaten in mid-flight, although illegally according to the referee. Throwing now for the away side. Free kick, I beg your pardon. Dickinson to play it in. Decent looking ball as well. And it was just over the head of Tulloch Jordan. Tulloch Jordan with a very good run in towards the back post. Well, even if they were to just score here today, it would be something to take away from this particular tie for Broxbourne Borough. Come close on 1 or 2 occasions. They've had the better of the play in the opening few minutes of the second half as well. Another testing ball in for Villa to deal with. Throw for the away side. Scooped up into the air by Walker. Will Hayes down the right-hand side, and here's Nibbs. Cox manoeuvring forward. Mooney offering a run over to the left-hand side, go Villa. Hall. Clark. Into the penalty area, Villa continue to loiter. Here's Mooney, it's a wonderful finish. Inch perfect, picture perfect from Kelsey Mooney. 10th goal of the season. And it's one to savour. Managed to wriggle away from his nearest marker and belted into the net. Aston Villa lead by 4 goals to 0. The shackles are firmly shaken now. Paul. Angled forward very well. Here's Nibs again. 2 claret and blue bodies making their way forward in support. Side flag raised on the far side. Bourough felt the need to make the change at half-time to bring on Hockney in a much more attacking role. In doing so, they did lose a body at the back. Well, they have to try something. Here's Walker, as Villa look for 5. Mooney and Nibs across the face of goal. Well dealt with by Brandon Walsh, the piece of goalkeeping. Maneuvering through midfield. Clark. Johansson. Delicate punt forward. Launched on by Walker. Doyle Hayes returning the ball for Walker. Sheeple to the task. Corsa. Unfortunate on the far side. Away. It's a really good ball forward. It's a chance for Nibs. And it's saved at the near post. You can't really blame him, can you? On a hat-trick. Yes, he had support. Ball set up nicely for him. Hayes. Scorer of Aston Villa's third, just before the half-time interval. Clark. Really intelligent pass from Bourough Hayes. Here's Crosser surveying the scene. It falls over to the left now for Cox. Looks for Mooney. Oh, the woodwork denying Mooney his second and Aston Villa's fifth. He's really in the mood now is Kelsey Mooney. Hadn't scored in 4 prior to this. The pace of Bangura able to get the better of the Villa back line on that particular occasion. Jordan winning a free kick for Broxbourne Borough. Quick thinking from the away side. Perhaps a little too quick in the end. Even the pace of Ali Bangura could get onto the end of that. So Victor Johansson continues on relatively untested. Surprisingly, just the 2 clean sheets so far this season. Very much the first choice for the Premier Development League side. Bangura, Bourough Hayes. Into the feet of Clark. Duo hardly put a foot wrong here today. Walker. Here's Clark. Overlapping run from Hall again, a chance for Aston Villa. Get a second stab at it from the corner. Really good flowing football from David Hughes' side. Decent ball played in. To the edge and driven back towards goal. Saved by Walsh. Hockney. Just able to pick out Bangura. Bourough Hayes down the line, go Villa again. Nips. Clark. Crosser. Cut out for the time being. Walker picks up the pieces. Clark lifts it forward over the head of Kelsey Mooney. Just been able to wriggle through several claret and blue bodies. Walker Bourough continuing to pester, required a challenge. Will also require some more defence from Bourough. Clark will be the man to come across and take it. Jack Clark, a player who has been teetering on the edge of the Premier League 2 side. Walker's ball in, and across, and the tame effort was easily dealt with by Brandon Walsh. Here's Hall. Johansson. Walker. Doyle Hayes. Fast pace, flowing move from Aston Villa. Here's Mooney! And it's turned in by Nibbs. It's his day, it's his moment, it's his hat-trick. Aston Villa lead by 5. It's a day to savour for some time for Harvey Nibbs. 17 years of age. Last goal prior to this came all the way back on December 17th against Leicester. Sure, this will be a day he will remember fondly. Aston Villa lead by 5 goals to 0. Walker. As well to get the cross in. Just away from the grasp of Nibbs again. Clark and Mooney's header. Well, he clips the woodwork again. A little awkward moment for the goalkeeper. Wasn't entirely sure, was he?
Yeah, this lens is broken. It's it keeps going in and out of focus when I turn the iris. Because I'm not touching the lens at all, and it's just going out.
He's ball forward. Here's Bangura. Cox. Is there something here for Bourough? Just unable to find a way through. Well, Hayes, really well done. Challenge was needed, it came from Warrington Carter. Nibbs. Cox, and space to manoeuvre here for Clark. Still Clark. Doyle Hayes skipping around one. And Nibbs in again. Well charged down. Desperate defending from Bourough. Corner for the home side. More defence on the mindset here for Bourough, but Villa looking for number 6. Thrust in towards the danger zone, falls for Hall, And it does trickle in. Goal number 6 for Aston Villa. And it may not be a goal coated in quality, but they all count. And Villa are now cruising. He's really having a day to remember, isn't he, Harvey Nibbs? There's Nibbs. Almost single-handedly thrust Aston Villa into the realm of comfort. There's Doyle Hayes. Here's Clark. Hall. Cox. Really devilish ball over. Doyle Hayes had an idea to play it across the face, but Yagu was equal to it. Another corner for the home side, though. It falls to the edge, and Cox just unable to latch onto it. Here's Mooney. He's to add to his tally, I'm sure. Nibbs again. Hall just unable to under the control he would have wanted. Here's Nibbs. Rushing out, and Jimmy did ever so well to bring it forward. Here's Cox, drives it towards goal, and it's relatively easy to deal with for Brandon Walsh. Brooks-born Bourough. Do they have something to shout about? Do they have something to take home? You're doing his due diligence to get the better of Jack Walker, though. Will be a substitution for Brooks-born Bourough. Jordan will be the player departing. Regardless now of the players that are brought into this situation, may now very well just see this as an opportunity to enjoy playing at a stadium like this, Bourough. Here's Walker. What can Villa do from here? Going to throw. One in mid-flight by Mitch Clark. Hockney is there to again pick up the pieces. Twisted by Clark and continues forward. Doyle Hayes around several blue. It's a good piece of play from Bourough, and Bangura is going to cause a problem again here. Fans that have travelled still full of enthusiasm. Forward from Patrick. Unable to way past the forest of Aston Villa players. Given away. It's back very, very well. Ball over to the right here for Walker. Against Paul. Twisting and turning. Twinkle-toed on the far side. Just unable to find a way through, but Bourough eager to leave Villa Park with something. You're pushing with Doyle Hayes. So Walker with the throw. Unless we see a major miracle here in front of our very eyes, it does seem as though Aston Villa will be playing Manchester City in the next round. Here's Nibs. Clark has very much been the definition of adventurous this afternoon against Bourough. Nibs and Cox just away from the run of Mooney. Long ball forward here for Hockney. An angle against him. Support with him. There's Bangura. First save of the second half for Victor Johansson. Is there room for more? Walker. Nibs tussling over his near side and supporting Walker. Stern challenge in the end. Alex Prosser. Well, we thought at some stage that fitness would perhaps take its toll. It does seem as though Bourough have an issue. Both sets of players will take the opportunity for a drinks break and perhaps have an instruction or two given out to them by the coaching staff. And George Corrington-Carter is the player who does seem to be struggling a little, signalled that he needed to come off. It may very well be the end of the afternoon for him. Well, either way, despite being on the wrong end of a 6-0 scoreline, I'm sure he's enjoyed the opportunity to play at Villa Park. There have been 2 or 3 that have really made a good impression of themselves here today, despite the scoreline. He certainly is one of them. Jack Price, the player coming on to replace him. He enters the field to a myriad of applause and supportive roars. Clark hooking away the danger. Nibs. Walker. Here's Finity. Cross quickly dispossessed. A little glimpse. Here's Doyle Hayes. Walker. Cross up. Surveys the scene. So had to bring it a long way forward. Mooney just unable to turn. It falls for Doyle Hayes. Just caught it with the outside of the boot, didn't he? It's always spinning away. Hayes looking for his second and Aston Villa's 7th. Winning the aerial battle there with Hockney. Doyle Hayes. On the right hand side come Villa again through Cox. Doyle Hayes. Calmly and coolly dealt with by the Bourough back line. Towards the edge of the penalty area, nearly forced their way through. Touch ball in. From Cox and Mooney, who are awaiting the service. Cross out. With some work to do. Can't see much in the end. We're going to see the first Aston Villa substitution of the afternoon here. The Callum Rowe to be coming on, 17 years of age. The Jack Clark, the player whose afternoon will end prematurely. So Callum Rowe, 13 appearances for the under-18s this season, has managed 3 for the under-23 team as well. Any offer here, I wonder? Nibs. Straight away the ball sprayed to the left-hand side. Hall, and Rowe's first touch. Here's Cox, trying to lift it into the path of Mooney. Sort of a blue brick wall ahead of him though. Walker. Nibs into Cox and lashed towards goal, and it was Callum Rowe. Just got the faintest of touches on it. It took a deflection on the way through as well, which took the sting out of the ball. Hayes and Nibs combining again, Cox helping it to the left. Good intervention from Kelly. Walker, the presence of his nearest challenger, just putting him off slightly. Walker beaten to the air this time. Finity. Hayes bathed in the sunshine at Villa Park now. Walker coming inside and looking for something more. Nibs couldn't get a fifth, could he? Not this time. Hayes. Rowe. Towards Nibs again. Rowe. Good looking ball in across the face of goal. And again, Doyle Hayes just been able to steer it back across. Another substitution for Villa. James Finity, the player coming off. With a steady performance from the young Irishman. And Jack Coates, the player for Villa. The person in midfield at the moment. Hayes. And Cox, real spring in his step. Walker. Cox with the ball across. Required an intervention of some sort. It falls for Nibs again. He was in the way. And the follow-up will fall for Rowe. Just unable to find the gap he wanted. Doyle Hayes' ball in, steered away again. Rowe. As Villa seek number 7. With just over 5 minutes to play. Cox. Well read. Patrick and two of the others at the back. It does seem as though the goalkeeper, Brandon Walsh, has an issue. And that's perhaps the last thing that Bourough is wanting to see. Used all 3 of the substitutions. Seem to be okay though. He's been a busy boy, hasn't he, Brandon Walsh? But for him, it may very well have been 8 or 9. Looking for something, he'll Doyle Hayes. So here's Coates, his first interaction since coming on a moment or two ago. Cox running well on the far side. Good piece of goalkeeping from Brandon Walsh. Manoeuvring through midfield very well. Here's Price and Bangura. In the end, there were 2 or 3 able bodies ahead of him. Hayes down the line, clearing to safety for the time being for Aston Villa. Bangura once again. Patrick. By Hall. Rowe manoeuvring over on the left. As Villa look for goal number 7. It's Nibs. Oh, neither he or Rowe on the same wavelength. Bourough Hayes. Getting the better of Clark, although the recovery challenge is very, very good. Able to slip it through. We're unable to shift away. Here's Cox into the penalty area. Still challenge, denies him the half a yard he was looking for. And Bourough once again here. Towards goal. It's tame, it's weak. Anyway, the current climate that Aston Villa find themselves in shouldn't matter too much. again. Miscue from Hockney. The slip as well may very well lead Aston Villa in here. Purposeful pass forward here for Mooney. Kelsey Mooney inside for Cox. Lifted forward and hoisted away to safety. Roll down the line. Williams and Co awaiting the service. No rush though for Villa. Lovely ball forward. The offside flag again denying Aston Villa an opportunity. The referee has allowed play to continue on though. Will be to the detriment of Bourough. They do wriggle free. Hockney. Effort driven towards goal. It will be a corner. Perhaps one last opportunity for Bourough to really show what they're made of. We've had the 90 minutes. Crowd here get louder. The loyal supporters here are wanting their side to do something. It's really good goalkeeping from Victor Johansson. Now the ball played down for Nibbs, who may be in on goal here, looking for his fifth of the game. He slips it through. It's Clark! Vintage breakaway for Aston Villa. Counter-attacking football, and Villa will move into the next round after beating Bourough by 7 goals to 0. Mitch Clark's 3rd goal of the season. Aston Villa will more than comfortably progress. Can't blame Bourough for really giving it a go, sending many a body forward to try and snatch something. Aston Villa in full flustering flow here this afternoon. Hayes. Nibbs. Cox. Big room for number 8. Walker. Still defending at the near post. Scramble inside the area. Well, there we have the full-time whistle. After a rather impressive opening 20-25 minutes, Bourough inevitability really kicked in. There's no doubt about it, the afternoon belongs to Harvey Nibbs, who has claimed 4 goals here this afternoon. 2 of them coming in the opening 45 minutes, as did Jake Doyle-Hayes with a penalty. 3 at half-time. Villa manoeuvred up the gears and really showed their class in the second half. Wonderful goal from Kelsey Mooney and 2 more from Harvey Nibbs, and then it was finished off nicely. Counter-attacking football from Villa right at the end, with Mitch Clark was able to finish off. in the end, it's been fairly routine. Full time, Aston Villa 7, Bourough 0.